Wenlita lived there for 13 years already, right? And since she arrived here, actually in the Philippines, I only saw her once. But we got to know each other when we got here.
Yes.
And Martin and Hank were very close friends during the time. And then it really pressed in my mind when Martin received letter from Wenlita. We are the first person to know about it. So we are so excited until Wenlita, with the restoration, when she arrived here, we become like a family. We are very close friends. And we have our little singing group. But this day, seems like we used to have time for each other. Like every Friday evening, we were here, practice our song, went to veterans' home, and extended care units. Seems like we sing together, and such a blessing. But there are some changes because everybody working, busy working, and then we don't have too much time to get together anymore. And before we know it, something we heard at Wenlita, it's like, I keep thinking to myself, maybe if we have time together every Friday evening or Sabbath afternoon, if we always have time together, maybe Wenlita will not go somewhere. But actually, this is the longing of her heart. When Martin passed away, seems like, according to her, because we are very close friends, and she shared with me some stuff. Like her longing when she becomes 60 years old, her desire is to have someone again in her life. And seems like this is the dream comes true for her. And we're just happy for her. And we ended up, that's her decision now to go to the mainland, and sometimes we just like a little sisters all together, like 5 of us. There is 6 of us, but sometimes there is not with us. But usually 5 of us. Lorna, my sister Norma, Wenlita, myself, and Elsa. And we talk about it. Are you sure you are okay? Are you going to leave us? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm happy for this decision. So, nothing we can do. Sometimes the power of love can change the whole thing. And we know it. We know it because we ourselves left our family behind, our friends behind, because of the power of love. That's why we are here. With our love, with our husband. And that's what happened to Wenlita now. But I just pray that I hope I just wish her the best. Wenlita is our best friend. There are times like when we are in the group, like we are sisters, more than that. Sometimes we are, the more we get to know each other, the more we become close to each other, the more we feel very comfortable talking. Sometimes we argue sometimes, but we ended up praying together and cry to the Lord to help our relationship, our friendship, to be more closer and closer so that we will serve the Lord in a proper way. Because sometimes trials come to our lives and we feel comfortable talking, sharing testimonies, strengthen each other and sharing our experiences, and ended up we become more close, very close friend and more than a sister. And I'm just hoping that even she's going to the mainland, but then we're still close in our heart and we're still part of our group, Mabuhay group. And I just wish you that the best, and we pray for you that even if you are not here with us, but maybe you can start your own group there. By God's grace, you can do it, because nothing is impossible with God. Maybe there are some reason why God sent you there. There may be some purpose in that. But you still need to continue as a light shine for the Lord. As the Bible says in Matthew 5:16, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. And that's our prayer for you. And at this time, I just want to, so that everybody can hear our favorite song. I have decided to follow this, and I just want the group to come up here and sing together.
I'll talk about Wenlita, how I met Wenlita. I think all of you know we joined the corporate, we call that literature evangelist in the Philippines. That's how I met her. One day, she was in our group, and then she said, "Hi, Lord." I said, "Who is this lady? I don't know her." But then, she said, "I saw you in, because Jeresato, she was working there, and she's the neighbor of my uncle there." And then, so when we joined the cooperative work, and then, of course, you go to a different territories like that. And then sometimes we go to, one time we went to their town, yeah? Kind of far, but then I think, how many of us there? Like 15 of us there went to their house. It's so nice over there, and then we go in the morning, we go to the river, wash, and take a bath, or whatever we do. And so we meet that over there, she's a good cook over there, and then sometimes, "Oh, no more food, what am I gonna do?" And then she said, "Don't worry, I'm going to the backyard." And then, she go get some vegetable and go over and cook, and she said, come on, let's eat." I said, "Okay." And then, so she had a lady that she corresponds with before. She's from Texas, you know. She was from Texas, and then she always sends her money, like wherever she asks, $10, 20, 30, and then $1. And then when her money comes, "Oh, Wenlita, your money is here, so let's go and eat barbecue." and at night time, we go to school, yeah? And then in the daytime, we work as cooperative. And Wenlita, she's so lucky. You know where she graduated? Harvard University. We just graduated in Rizal Memorial College. But her, she went to a fancy school. And so every time the baby sent her money, and then one time she sent her a letter, and then she's showing the picture of that breadfruit. And then they said, "Hey, come on, let's tell her to send you breadfruit because it's so beautiful." And then they said, "Oh, for sure, the next month, here comes the breadfruit." And then, so we share whatever we have. And then, so that's why, and then one time, we separate already, yeah? She was working in Manila, and me too was getting busy to come here. And so I had the time to visit her at Makati City. She was working there as a babysitter. And then, so she was talking about her pen pal, and then she was talking about her pen pal that she had to take the guy to the city hall. And then we said, "Don't take that guy to the city hall, you might say that you have a shotgun wedding." And then one time I went home as a balikbayan, and I had to see her again at where did you stay? Oh yeah, over there where she was working. Anywhere she goes, because we're just like the sisters in the family, yeah. Because like, how many of us like cooperative in one group? I think there are like 20 of us, yeah. And then one leader, but then when we split, yeah, it hurts, yeah, because you have close friends in the group, and then you go there, and then you have so many experiences when you come back. And then, so when I was here already, she asked me, "Hey, Lord, since you are already there, did you look for someone for me?" I said, "Okay," because in our group, I was the first one to come here. And then next comes Mimita and my friend in Honolulu. And so I said, "Okay," I gave the address and everything and to Martin. And Martin said, "You neglect the letter, yeah?" I said, "Put it down in the corner." And then I went down to the ground floor, and there was a picture. He said, "Who's the beautiful lady?" and so it corresponds, and later on, the They got married, were here? In the Philippines. And so one time I was working in Hawaii Kai, in a retirement home. She came and said, Wenlita, don't tell your husband that you are already here because we have to have time together. Because I have my one girl working before. Said, okay, since I work here the daytime, can you pick her up? Make sure that she's going to stay in your house. I'll be there tonight in your house. But lo and behold, Martin went to Honolulu. No pilot. He said, oh my goodness. And then when she came, he said, okay, I cannot go because I'm working right now. Just come to my workplace. And then, so my girlfriend treat them at the restaurant there, and then come and then he said, okay, let's talk story. And then so we went to the other building with the story. I said, Martin, why don't you? Oh no! And then he was not so happy if Wenlita will be staying in Honolulu because, of course, he needs a wife. Of course, that's why the reason when he went to the Philippines, he stayed there for a couple of months, yeah? And they get married and they come here. And then, so that's their love story, I cannot forget. And one time, Wenlita's sister passed away, and then she asked me, Lord, can you take care of my husband because I have to go home? I said, oh no, because I have to go back to Wenlita. I promised my auntie because she's going to the Philippines. I have to take care of somebody there. Then, sometimes one time, I said, Wenlita, I think you did not go to church for quite a while now. I think we need to volunteer here to watch your husband. Because I have my other girlfriend. I said, okay, let's go and take care of Martin for just one Sabbath. And then the time when Martin was off and on in the hospital like that. And then, of course, when we are in the family, yeah, we're just like brothers and sisters in a church in our, like, Wenlita, when sometimes she called, oh, I need help, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry, I will be there. It's just like, and then we're gonna miss her, but I think it's the Lord's plan for her to be there because everybody has the Lord has a plan for each one of us.
Amen.
Because over there, who knows, she might be a light in that community, especially to her husband, coming husband, husband to be. So who knows? But then, okay, all we have to say, Wenlita, you're just still in our hearts. We pray for you. Whatever circumstances, just don't hesitate to call us because we're just here. Because I cannot forget Wenlita because how many years we've been together in the Philippines. When we split, when we went to Manila, kind of hard, yeah. And then because of course I came here first, and then so it's not too bad because it's not too bad when you've been left alone there. And then, but then the Lord has always a plan for each one of us. So all of us. We met here, like Wenlita and Norma. We know each other there in the Philippines because when they're comforting in our town, they stay in our house, and they call my mom mother and father. And then so we just like a family. Nanny, I know her very much in the Philippines. We're neighbors there. And so over here, of course, Jubilee. I know Jubilee so much there. When she was small, she used to go to our boarding house and the family. And so that's why it's just like part of the family. We really gonna miss her, but I think she needs to go. She needs to go to follow the dictate of her heart. Yeah? We cannot make her happy. No way. No, wherever she be happy, we just pray for her that everything will be fine, and then we'll just hope and
especially the winter months, right? So we gotta pray especially for her during this
Yeah, and the snow, and lucky we don't have snow here. So that's one thing. Very nice operation. So don't worry about the tornado. The tornado is on Nebraska and then it goes to New York. I was looking at the map and said, Nebraska, that's the next one. Iowa already. Oh my goodness. But I think everything will be fine. The Lord will be with you when we stand as our prayer. That's it. Amen.
Us together this year.
You wanna come?
I didn't think you were going to drop it again.
My name is Jubilant, and this is my husband Dale.
My name is Dale.
I just want to take this opportunity. I don't think I've ever shared in public, how I met Dale, and it is true. If it wasn't for Auntie Wenlita and through Martin, I wouldn't have met my husband.
Especially Wenlita.
Yeah. But anyways, Auntie and I were very, very close. Like Auntie Lorna was saying, that I spent, like she would come to our house and she would come and say, can you come with me? And I was only like maybe 7 or 8 years old. Yeah, so anyways, and she would come and I'm so happy because we hardly go to town or we hardly go to the city. And I know that when I go there, like I get all the attention because I'm the oldest of the family. Plus I get all the good food and things like that. And the thing that I could, like even until now that I still remember, Auntie, when you bought me a very, very nice sandal. The red sandal. I do remember that. And I was so happy. We're very poor. And so I said, oh yeah, I want to go. And then I remember Auntie went to school nighttime. And then so she would tag me along and we would walk to her school and I would fall asleep. But it was okay with me. And then the other thing too that I remember, I was naughty, yeah. But the thing that I remembered, she had this one jar of Ovaltine. And that's really good. We don't have Ovaltine. And she would hit it under the bed. Why she would give me, like every morning, but just eating Ovaltine just by itself, it's so yummy. So when she goes out, I would watch, like she's in this boarding house with all with all her friends and all that. So I would watch. I said, I gotta make sure maybe if she's washing clothes, I can go and take that Ovaltine and just scoop it and eat it, and then I put it back, And I never told her that. Okay, so I would go fast forward, and then I'll give you a chance to talk to. So when I was in college already, I was a government scholar, but still, they're still expensive, and obviously my parents couldn't afford it. And Auntie is very good in writing. I knew from the very beginning that she's fond of writing. Especially abroad, like whether a man or a woman. But I remember, like what Auntie Lorna was saying, that she had a lady pen pal. And then when this lady pen pal would send her money, she would share it with me. She would send me to send money, like 100 peso or even less than that. She would send money order to my school. I was so happy, and of course I would use that for my school expenses and things like that. And she would help as much as she could, for my schooling. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to finish my schooling there. And then, so I worked in a department store for years. And then after that, I transferred to Davao City. That's the capital of Davao del Norte. So I transferred there, and I had a very good job. I would travel, places, and I had a good pay. And then one day, I received a letter from her with a plane ticket. And she said, you gotta come here, I got a job for you. And I was reading the letter, and I said, what kind of job? taking care of an autistic child? I said, no, I have a good job here. I don't want to leave my job, you know? But, so I think I called or we talked over the phone and I went. So I told my parents that I'm going, you know, at least I would be with Auntie, you know? So it's kind of new to me, you know, I really had a desire to finish my schooling, but at that time I couldn't. So I went. I said, maybe, you know, God has another plan for me. So I went 1997. And then when I got there, I was taking care of this 3-year-old autistic child, and she was taking care of the sister, the younger sister. And we are in this family. They're very nice. But when, you know, there was one time, the first time that I got there, we went to church together. But the second Sabbath, we just take turns, because there's no way that both of us could go. So she would show me, you know, around and things like that. And we've been very close. You know, it's just like sisters, you have ups and downs, but when you have conflict between the two of us, it got more, and when we solved it, it got closer. You know, just like Auntie Nita was sharing, when you have conflict and we talked it out, our relationship got closer. I just want you to know that, Auntie, that you're very special to me and you are like a second mother to me. So anyways, and then she was writing Martin Walker for maybe almost 2 years. And I would always tell her, because even in high school, I would like to write too. I said, hey, my auntie could write, I could write too. You know, so I tried doing that. So I was telling Auntie, I said, Auntie, can you ask Martin to find someone there, a Christian man, that, that I could write to? So finally she did, and then I think he sent a letter with Martin's letter, and that's how it started. But I'm just very thankful, Auntie, that if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have my husband and my 3 children. I would have, if I said, no way, I'm not leaving my job. No way, I'm gonna stay in my work, you know, maybe I can go back to school. It would have been different, you know, but I'm very thankful that it's through you and it's through Martin, you know, by God's grace. I was able to get here, and I was able to bring my parents too, and my brother and sister. Praise the Lord for that. What a blessing. You're very special to me.
You can sit down if you want.
Okay.
Well, this makes it easy for me now. Every time we have an anniversary or Valentine's Day, red slippers and Ovaltine from now on. I know.
That's when I was young.
She is so right, Wenlita. We would have never, ever met. Our eyes would have never touched each other. But if it wasn't for you and Martin. And Martin, I remember going to Honoka'a Church. Martin was a member here. And we heard there was somebody in Honoka'a that was having a sermon on forgiveness. And at the time, that was something I really needed. And I called Martin up and I said, Martin, we got to go to Honoka'a this one Saturday. He says, what for? I like coming to Puna. I don't want to go over there. And I said, no, they're having a sermon on forgiveness, and maybe it's something that we could both use. And he liked that sermon so much, he was crying after he heard this. Really hit his heart. Really.
How did you?
The way that Martin, she kind of told you guys already, but he had called me up, and he hardly ever called me up, and I was like, why would Martin Walker be calling me? And he said, my pen pal has a niece that is looking for someone to write to, you know. This was before the Honoka'a. And we always debate on the exact words for what kind of person she was looking for. I always say she was looking for a young Christian man, so I said, okay, Martin, I don't qualify for that. I'm not a young man. But I wrote her, and I'm so glad I did. And she wrote me back a 3-page letter with pictures in it. The letter was all about how much she loved Jesus and everything, but I didn't get that initial letter. It got lost somewhere in the mail. And we would talk on the phone, and she said, did you get my letter? And I go, no, I'm still waiting. She says, I want to send you another one. So she sent me 3 more pictures with 3 more pages, and I got that one. And we just started this pen pal relationship which mine didn't last a couple of years. I think it was like 4.5 months. And I was like, I have to go meet this girl. I mean, I love her letters. And Martin Walker was telling me, slow down, you whippersnapper, just wait. Don't be in such a hurry. And I said, no, I have to get over there. I want to go meet her now. Well, if that's the case, he said, I'm going with you. So we both went over in November of 1998 and met them in Manila. We didn't get further than Manila because we were only there like 4 days. We went to the Pasai Church where Ed and Linda Hovansky just gave a sermon in Hilo today about their mission work in Pasai. So, and I can guarantee that when our eyes actually met for the first time, I knew it was meant to be. So, and I still feel that way 16 years later. So, but I have nobody that I can thank more than Wenlita for getting us together. And I forgive Martin for calling me a whippersnapper. I was probably a little much that way than I wanted to be. But anyway, I could go on and on, but I want to give somebody else a chance. And we're going to miss you, Wenlita, but you're going to be in our hearts. And when wintertime comes, we're going to be sending warm letters your way.
So when I found out about this pinball thing of Auntie, I was like, are you sure, Auntie? So how do you feel about it? And then she would share with me like, it's really nice because there is a person that she can relate to, she can talk to, and like that she feels like she's, loved and cared. And I said, really? So I was like, in my heart, I was like, wow, she must be really in love, and this guy must be really in love too. So my wish for you, Auntie, is that you would continue serving God, and I'm glad to know that your pen pal also, or your fiancé is also a Christian, and I would, wish you the best, and that God is with you all the time. We're gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. Really. Oh.
Speaking to everyone, so I'm gonna try my best. Okay, I don't really know Auntie that much when I was a little, cause I don't remember about her. So when I came here, like I don't really know her. I'm just like, oh hi Auntie, and she's like, oh hi, how are you? And then that's it, end of conversation, nothing else. And when I work to the next door, I got a chance to know her, and like every time I remember about her is every time when I eat and then I want to eat that food and I'm like, should I eat this food? I want her to say that, oh, don't eat too much because it's not good for you. Instead of saying that, she told me, oh, eat some more because it's good for you or something. And I'm like, can you tell me not to eat it? And she's like, oh, come on, let's eat it. She keeps saying me that. So, and then she keeps saying, I keep opening the refrigerator or something like that. Well, which is true. Okay, I just want to say thank you, T, for everything, for letting me, getting to know you, and thank you for letting me to leave your house. And yeah, thank you. So I'm gonna miss you, and good luck to your new life. And I'm very, very happy for you that you found someone. I'm just gonna share this. Before that, when she didn't meet this guy, I asked her that, I told her, aren't you gonna get married again? So she's like, why, you want me to get married? I'm like, yeah, sure, so I can open the aisle, I'll be the bridesmaid, you're the, whatever, I know that's bridesmaid, maid of honor. And then she's like, why, you want me to get married? I'm like, yeah, sure. And said, well, okay, we'll see. And then I keep asking her, I keep bugging her. I'm like, aren't you gonna get married? Aren't you gonna have a children? Which is, So she keeps saying, well, we'll see. And then finally, like, me and Antolia helped her. And then finally, she met this guy. Yeah. I think that's it. That's nothing to say. Yeah, I'm really happy for you.
Say what you know.
Well, actually, like when the guy called, it's like he's so sweet.
He has a name.
Huh?
He has a name.
Oh, he has a name. Okay, his name is Joseph. His name is it? Yeah. No, Joe. Joe. Okay, Joe. Sorry. His name is Joe. Uncle Joe. Well, he's so sweet, honestly. Every time we talk to the phone, I always listen. Well, I didn't mean to. It wasn't my fault. She was just talking in front of me, of course, so I can hear it, and it's loudspeaker. I'm like, oh, they're so sweet. Oh my God, they're so. And then I keep saying, oh, I want to have a boyfriend like that. Oh. And then every time I leave a message, he's like so sweet. He's like, oh, hi, my pretty little kid, darling, or girlfriend. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And I keep teasing her, and actually I have a song for her. And the fiancé, but I'm not gonna sing it because I'm not good at it. But anyway, I think that's it so far. So yeah, thank you for everything, Auntie, and I'm gonna miss you a lot. And have fun. That's all. Thank you. Oh, like I said, it's my fault to left. It actually, well, if it wasn't me, she would have left. So don't blame me, because I just tried to out.
No, Auntie. Oh, maybe Melody. Maybe Melody.
I also feel funny about talking in front. But when I met Wenlita, Charlie and Martin Walker were friends a long time. And they were always in deep discussions about things and debating things. Always. And the Honoka'a trips for, oh, there's a good speaker out, let's go out Honoka'a. So we've ridden with him a few times out there, and then we heard, oh, he's getting married. Oh, well, who is Wenlita? Well, I need to meet Wenlita. And I'm really thankful that I did. I have a true friend in me. And we've, just often just called and talked with each other about just things that are happening or concerns or just needing prayer, calling, talking with each other. And that time when Martin was bedridden and just needing help. He wasn't able to just be by himself, and she needed to go next door and work. And so I would come over and spend a few hours just to be there and make sure he got his food or whatever, and it was good. It was good to be there, and I would sing songs with him. He liked the hymnal, songs out of the hymnal, so I would sing songs with Martin. And I just remember how much Wenlita really appreciated that, and what a good wife she was to him. Even through all those difficult circumstances that they faced. And I know it was not always an easy thing, because the house wasn't always situated just, to make things easy, especially taking care of somebody who is bedridden. But she never complained, she just did her best. And I'm just really thankful. She's been a good example to me, a good friend to me, and an encouragement, and I just thank her for that. And I did the same thing because one day she told me, Melody, I'm not going to tell you why, but pray for me. And she gave me certain dates, and I said, okay. And then that was on a Sabbath, so I didn't see her the next Sabbath, because that was when she'd asked me to pray. And so when she came back, and then I hear, oh, she's getting married. And I said, that's what it was all about. Oh! And then today she was showing me the pictures, and I'm thinking, she was showing me a picture that had snow. And I said, there's snow in this picture. I said, you're going to a place that has snow. Where is this? And I had the same... And I didn't mean to question her choices, because I know she's thought through it, she's making her decision. But I was like, are you sure? Who is this person, and where are they going? And it's going to be snow, and are you sure? But really, it's coming from my heart that I'm going to miss her. And that I think sometimes we take things too much for granted. Being around her, and now it's like, oh, I wish I'd spent more time with you. I wish I'd made more time. That we could have spent time together. And that is my biggest regret. But who knows? Maybe now she's going over there, and then Lorna will follow, and then who was it that followed who after who? And then maybe Nenita will go over, and then we'll just all move over to Iowa. You'll have your neighbors and your church family all there with you. It's fanciful, but we'll miss you.
I'm going to say something a little bit. It's exciting, but it's a mixed feelings right now because things come up. But anyway, I just be thankful for everybody here and for your love to me. And I'm thanking for my church family and friends and my boss here, Jerry and David, that came. He owns the orchid farm. That's where I'm working. And one time, I was washing after work there. I was washing my working clothes, and Geneva was washing the plates. And she asked me, Auntie, are you gonna get married? And I said, why? Do you have somebody to, be with me? And I said, no, I'm just, curious because so you have somebody to be with. And so I said, well, let's just see, because it will just come along if you don't ask, And so that afternoon, I think the following day or that afternoon, we went to Leah's house. And Leah and her were said, oh, let's just put your auntie to the Christian mingle, Adventist Christian mingle, and cherry blossoms. And one of those agency got 2, the other one is 2, and I'm clicking those. I don't know much about computer, and I was clicking about all the widows that way they don't have a wife, So I click all the widows, send them a smile, send them a small note, and I've seen this name on the other side. It says divorced and 63 years old, grown-up kids, and Christian, non-smoker, not drinking. So I clicked that one. And so the next day I was excited, what is the response? So I went to Leah's house, and then Leah said, oh, Auntie, you have 2 emails. So I was thinking, oh, maybe she, look at there. So I have 2 emails, nice to email, which I responded. And then the thing that I remember is he said, are you willing to relocate someday? And I said, what is relocate? I said, what is relocating? And they said, that you are willing to move or leave to other place. So I said, oh, okay. So I responded that one and I said, oh, maybe one day, you know. And in my profile, I told that I'm looking for a good Christian guy, and then I told my hobbies, something like that. And in his profile, he said, I don't want to be around with like loud people, because he is like quiet people. He don't want to be like too much talking. So that's what he said. So I responded that one, and then January, that was January. And then I said, oh, I don't know, I don't have a computer at home. I prefer to talk to you over the phone. If you have a contact number, you can give me, and here is my contact number just in case you call me. And so after I worked that Sunday afternoon, I was talking with somebody, and then the number comes up on the telephone. And I said, I don't, you know, it's not familiar to me. But after I talked to the other guy, I mean that guy, it's a woman friend. So I called the number back and I said, are you trying to get hold of this number? And then he said, yes. And then I said, what is your name? And then he said, Joe Berger from Cherry Blossom. So I said, oh, so it's you, the one that sent me the email. And so we started talking, and he asked me about how I get here in Hawaii, if I have children, and he asked me so much questions, so which I answer it, and then that's how she started. She's calling me all the time during the day in my work, and to me it's like we get more acquainted in talking over the phone. And then that was February. He told me to come over to Iowa, and he said, are you willing to come to Iowa to see me? Because I need to see you, I want to meet you. I said, you know, most of the women that have a friend, it's going to be a man that comes to the woman's place and meet her. And even my husband, before he came to Manila and see me in 4 days, and he went back to Hawaii, and then we started talking. And then he said that I cannot travel, I cannot get away from my business. He had a storage business, he had you know, the cows he raised, you know, that he cannot leave the place. So there's a reason why he cannot come. So I said, so what is the best time to come over there? And then he said, oh, let's see. Well, right now it's very cold, things like that. And I said, but I'm working. And then he said, oh, what about April? That way it's gonna get kind of warm. The snow will melt with time probably. So he sent me the ticket. I think that was March. He sent me the ticket. And then I said, oh, okay, maybe I can stay there like 1 week. And then, you know, take my vacation from my other job, take a vacation. And so I did that. And then when I have the ticket, he was so excited to see me personally. And so I went April 9, and only a few people that, you know, I tell them. So when I went there, I already know him through talking, his voice, his face. He sent me a picture on my cell phone. And when I went to the airport, I said, I'm gonna hide myself and then I will see him. But when I go down to the airport, he's sitting there in the front. And so when I go like this, he was sitting in the, far away and smiling, and I said, so I went and I said, give him a hug. No, I said, I'm glad to see you, Joe. So we went to the restaurant and visit for a while. And then I went to the house. He showed me the house. He showed me the bedrooms. He showed me the toilet. He had 2 bedrooms and nice house, an insulated house. So he said, that is your bedroom, that is your toilet, and this is mine. Nobody bothers you. So I said, that's good. So I said, I feel comfortable because he is not like taking advantage. That's what I like him. And he is a godly person. He is a Methodist, but he is willing to come to church. And he don't eat pork or frogs or anything. He just eat the beef. And he made a big stew with beef in it. And I said, I cannot eat the beef, but I can eat the vegetable. So that's how we know each other through the internet.